In the swamp, trumping all day long. Saturday nights in Death Valley, that tiger strong. So we Razorbacks, crowd calling the hogs. Blue Reds battle Wildcats, bringing the dogs. Show me Miss Zoe, black and gold fight. Boomer Sooner running on a Saturday night. Hook 'em horns, burnt orange in the sun. 12th man standing, Aggies get it done. Saturday lights, y'all know the deal.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your guy, Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk Sports Podcast, man. And we are here on this day of, feels like somber. That's what it feels like. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, the other man, you can hear him, but you can't see him. Tell him who you are, boss man.
Man, it's Marcus Fitzpatrick. We here. So let's go. Let's get it.
Man, we thank y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler as always, man. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all as always for rocking with us. Before we get into it, let's take care of some other things first. Let's do this, man. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. And of course, please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and go live. We just crossed the 800 subscriber mark. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking out with us and helping us get over that 800 subscriber mark. Now we are on our way to 900. So keep helping us out, get there, man. Auburn family, SEC family, college football family. Help us out, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler. Marcus, how you feeling today, man?
I'm lost, confused. I'm still puzzled from this weekend, man. I'm still puzzled. But I'm all right. How you, cousin? I guess I say I'm all right. But how you?
Yeah, man, I feel I don't know, bro. Like I'm just sitting like bro, I'm sitting here like
I'm confused, man.
Like I'm gonna just be real, man. I've been an Auburn fan, since that's been about the age of 8, 9 years old. I don't know if I've ever felt like this about an Auburn football program since then, man. Like this is not good, bro. This is not good. To me, this is what it is. This is what it's starting to feel. And we're gonna get into this because there was a press conference this morning, the Monday morning press conference that you always get every Monday with Coach Freeze. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that he said there. Of course, there was a big story that came out of Auburn regarding one of the team captains. who's no longer on the team. And things and stuff like that. So we'll talk about this, and we're gonna try to wrap this up and feel like how's this feeling right now, man? This is weird. It's a weird place to be in, bro. It really is feeling weird, you know. But we appreciate that, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat with us, man. The Huggy Beard is in the chat. What's going on, Huggy? The man, the myth, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bow Williams, the Mac himself. What's going on, man? I got Tim, the tool man, Taylor in the chat. What's up, Tim?
Timmy.
How you feeling? How you feeling, man? Hope you good. Huggy in the chat again. What's going on, Huggy? Auburn Dad for life. AD4L. What's up, my guy? Hope you're doing all right, man. Auburn Dad, you might need to take another break. You might need to take another mental health break. I'm just saying.
Man,
this thing is crazy. Tough Tiger in the chat. What's up?
Take me with you this time, because I'm frustrated. What's up, Tub?
What up, Tubbs Tiger, man? What's going on with you, my guy, man? Yeah, man. We are in a situation now to where you be in that situation where you just know something bad is about to happen. Well, you know what's going to happen, and you just waiting for it to happen.
I felt that way after the Texas A&M game. I put in the group. I was like, "Do you feel like he lost the locker room?" Everybody was like, "No,
What's
not
up,
yet."
Plane? What's going on, Plane? My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "No, not yet." Then we get to the Georgia game. That what happens Saturday.
Ant for OC, what's up, Ant? And I'm listening to you. Keep going.
No,
Fire Freeze in the chat.
What happened Saturday, and now we at this point. So,
hey, McKinney, what's up, my guy?
I'm with you. He should have got fired after Texas A&M. He's been here 3 weeks too long.
Bubba and the old man, what's going on, man? What's up, man? Make sure y'all go subscribe over there as well. Phil Petway said it's time. I said that 3 weeks ago.
It's been 3 weeks too long, man.
I said it's time 3 weeks ago, but people was like, no, let's see what happens. It possibly could go turn around and be better. No, it can't. It possibly could be turn around and be better. No, it's not going to turn around and be better. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. I'm telling y'all, man. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Kid Country. Edward in the chat. What's up, Edward? What's going on, Edward? How you feeling, my guy? Hope all is well with you, man. Phil said, man, he feeling disappointed. That's what he said. Brad Scarborough, what up, my guy? He said close to a 5th straight losing season. What he said. Whoa, boy, I tell you, Brad, like the reaction from the Auburn fans and from the Auburn community, from the Auburn family, is very, very. I don't want to say visceral, but it's almost like. And I want to get into it because there was some stuff that was said in the press conference today that just kind of made me just be like, bro, do you actually think we don't see what we seeing with our eyes? Like, it was some stuff that he said today regarding that game that just made me go like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you can't say that and think that we don't see what we see is going on. Like, we don't see we see you doing what you doing on the field because we see what you see, and you acting like we can't see what you see, but you don't want to see what we see you seeing. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't understand.
I need to see him walk up the building and be terminated. That's what I need to see. Termination, fired. Man, if James Franklin got fired. Why can't we fire Hugh Freeze?
I agree with you, Brad Scarborough. The worst. And to be completely honest with you, bro, I don't fully agree. And I'm not a Penn State fan. I don't fully agree with them firing James Franklin at Penn State. I don't. But because I don't understand it, man. We've had this conversation about, hiring a good coach is very hard. Like Tez, we had this conversation with Tez, and I'm pretty sure Tez gonna hop in a minute soon. But we've had this conversation about hiring, and you talking about a guy that's been a career 10 and a half, 11 win coach ever since he's been at Penn State. I think he has not won at least 9 games 1 year since he's been at Penn State. And he was just in the semifinals last year of the college football playoffs. And because he goes down, and because he has 3 straight losses this year, which potentially could be a down year for Penn State, they go ahead and decide to make that decision to fire a coach that keeps you relevant, that has been relevant. Shout out to Connie in the chat. Yeah, speaking of that, if you want to call in, here is the link. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. There is the link. Hit the link if you want to call in and holler at us and talk with us. That's the link right there. Go ahead and call in with us. That is the link. If you want to call in to the show and chop it up with us and give us your thoughts on what's going on and how you're feeling so far about what's happening, man. So if you want to do that, that's the link. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Because we want to hear from y'all. But yeah, man, I just look at it, I'm just looking like that. But it's completely different from what we're experiencing down here on the plains of Auburn University. Daniel, I wholeheartedly feel that as well. Like, Auburn's not firing Hugh Freeze. Unless there is just
they would have did it. If you were gonna do it, you would have did it last week.
Yeah, unless there was something that just egregiously happened. I don't see it happening. I could. It depends on what this game is like. If Missouri comes in here and wins by 10 plus points, I could possibly see it happening. But I still think after that, as much as I want to be like, yeah, that probably would put another call. I think it would probably have to be like a loss on the road to Arkansas for them to be like, all right, man, we gotta figure this thing out, and we gotta
too late at that point. At that point, you might well let him finish the season.
Yeah, I mean that part that makes sense. You know, I mean, and financially, it would make more sense for them to do it because I think the buyout would it either goes away or it drops some drastically. You know, at that time, at the end of the season is when it does, man. We got people lining up in the chat, bro. We got some people in the chat that's gonna come in and talk, man. Shout out to them, man. Man, this is about to be a good show, bro. We're gonna go through some of the stuff that was said at the presser today. But to this show right here, bro, before we get into that, I kind of want to just get I want to hear Auburn's fans. I want to hear what y'all fans' thoughts are on the season, man. I want to hear what y'all are thinking. I'm gonna bring in my guy Bubba from Bubba and the Old Man. Bubba, what's on your mind, my guy? What's up?
Yeah, it's getting rough at this point. The removal of DeMar, not necessarily the removing him from the team, but handling it the way he did, giving no clarity on the situation, and allowing the room for speculation that happened that there was some kind of altercation, which there absolutely was not.
No, there was no. There was no altercation. There was not an altercation that happened. No altercation.
That was a ridiculous mishandling of the situation.
Yes, it was. Agree. And if you watch the press conference, the body language and the tone that it looked like that it was coming from him, to me looked very dismissive. Even though he said certain things, it didn't feel genuine to me. But go ahead.
Yeah, he is this dang close to just completely losing the locker room.
I think it's already gone.
Yeah, and as far as the firing Hugh thing, he would have to go on an unprecedented run at this point to save his job. At the moment, he would need to get to at least 8, probably, and it would have to be these next 5 because there's no shot right now that this team pulls off one in Jordan Hare against Alabama. That's just
man.
The way it is at the moment.
Yep.
And it's really sad at this point.
Yes,
because there was so much promise for this season and this roster that these money people have helped him assemble, and they've given him every opportunity possible. I just don't see any way he keeps his job, but I appreciate y'all.
Shout out to Bubba from Bubba and Old Man. Make sure y'all go subscribe over there to them on YouTube, man. Shout out to our guy Bubba. Coming in the chat next. He already told you, guess what? His name is Ant for OC. Shout out to our guy Ant. What's up, Ant? What's going on?
What's happening?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Ant, what's on your mind? What's on your mind, Ant?
Hey, man, I got a lot to say, bro.
Okay.
But first thing first.
Well, before you do that, Ant, I'm gonna just go ahead and bring in our other guy as well. Because you saying you got a lot to say, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be pretty long. So
it don't be that long, not Nick. Wait a minute, bro.
Hey, you know when you talk, we keep going because they always go into something else, and I love it. But I'm gonna just bring him in though, because we need to hear from him as well.
I got you.
I'm gonna bring him in. My guy, Kid Country, ladies and gentlemen, Edward. What's going on, Edward? How you feeling?
What's up, Edward?
Edward, can you hear us? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me take him back out. Let me come back in. All right, Edward, can you hear us now? Nope, Edward can't hear us. All right, so we're gonna bring Edward back in and go ahead. But go ahead, Ed.
Man, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where y'all want to start at or where you want to finish at. But I hear what you guys are saying.
Okay.
With this presser that just happened
What?
on Monday
What?
at 1 o'clock, 1300 in military time,
Yep.
told you what you need to know about everything that's going on in that locker room right now.
It did.
If y'all don't know, if y'all couldn't tell,
I've been saying that.
it's not so much as a digested feeling, more than it's a frustrated feeling. You get what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna pinpoint something I bet you nobody pays attention to. From the first quarter, 15 minutes on this clock, till the second quarter, 2 minutes on this clock, Hugh Freeze called all offensive plays. You ran RPO. Your offense ran fast. Your offense ran smooth. You ain't have no hiccups, no none of that. Right? You go from 15 minutes in this third quarter to 0.00 in this fourth quarter. Hugh Freeze ain't called a play. Whether that's by design, whether that's because his health bad, I have no clue. But you can tell the offense runs different when it just runs different, bro. I mean,
wow. Okay, wait. So hold on. Let me clarify what I'm hearing. So are you saying in the first half? Are you saying in the first half that was not Hugh Freeze calling plays in the first half?
No, that was him calling plays in the first, not the second.
Okay, so
I feel like he didn't call plays in the second.
Whoa, it sound like we got a Hugh Freeze. It sound like somebody on Hugh Freeze side right here. All right, tell us why you feel that way.
No.
Why you feel that way,
Nick, wait.
I'm trying to hear.
The play calls are different. You didn't have that many RPO up tempo plays in the second half.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm hearing you.
You actually had more pass plays than run plays in the second half.
Okay.
So everybody know when Hugh Freeze first got here, what was Hugh Freeze play style? RPO, right? The whole second half, tell me where you seen an RPO play for real. Well, you might have seen one here or there.
Do you think this has something to do with it? Because I agree with Ed on this one. Shout out to Mr. 21. He said he was working off a script in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can see you can see that because
that's what I think. That's what I think it was. I think he scripted instead of just scripting the first drive. I think he scripted the whole first half
because he came out the second half trying to run the same
stuff.
Then when it didn't work, it didn't work.
He pulled the Gus, man. He pulled the Gus. Yeah, he pulled the Gus at first. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. He pulled the Gus back.
Shout out to Dabby Cap. What up, Cap? What up, Cap?
But again, I don't think. Okay, so take away that first drive. I still don't think Hugh called plays.
Okay, so you don't think he called plays? It just
looked different. No, it looked different, bro. Like it don't look the same.
Or could it have been that? Because this is what I saw. I'm gonna be completely.
It looked the same as Texas A&M game.
It did. It looked the exact same.
Okay, my point. But look though. Okay, so listen. Hold on, Nick, before you make your point.
Okay.
So did the first half of the Georgia game look like A&M, or did it look like Baylor?
It looked like a team that was supposed to come up off a bye week. We all knew that we were gonna look that good.
That's a good point, Mark.
I feel you, Marcus. I feel you. But look, this is what I'm saying though. Did did the offense look like the Baylor game, or did it look like Oklahoma A&M game?
It looked like the offense. I'm gonna tell you. To me, this is what the offense looked like. When Auburn started doing a lot of that 21 personnel stuff. When you saw the 2 tight end set, but he would have the tight end offset, and you would see all go into the run game a little bit more. That's that. If you go back and watch the Texas A&M game, when Auburn went to that, they actually had some success going into that 2 tight end look, and stuff like that. So you saw a lot of that in this game with Georgia. Here's the problem. He tried to do the exact same thing in the second half, not knowing that you got the guy that is the king of adjustments on the other side of the field that adjusted to what was going on. Because Kirby Smart Kirby in his post-game press conference said that they showed things that we weren't even ready for and that we didn't even practice for in the first half. That's literally what he said in the first half. In his press conference,
it was true.
He was like, we didn't some of the stuff that they ran in the first half, we didn't see. We didn't prep for that. We didn't prep for that at all. And so when that happened, when they came back out, everything that Auburn tried to run, basically tried to run the exact same script again in the second half, but Georgia was ready for it. There was a lot of 3 and outs, a lot. You didn't see those extended drives like you saw in the first half. So
I've seen a lot of drawbacks.
Yeah, because when Georgia adjusted, as we have always said about Coach Hugh Freeze, when a team adjusts to what he originally wants to do, guess what? It throws him off script. He's gonna revert back to what he's comfortable with. I'm gonna bring in my guy Edward. Edward, what's going on? Edward, how you feeling, man?
What's going on, dog? Can you hear me?
Chilling. We got you now. What's up, Edward? What's up? How you feeling?
What's up, bro, man? Hey, you just said it. Y'all saying it. You got a coach that he can't make adjustments second half. He going against the GOAT adjustment. You even look at Bobo. Bobo adjusted the second half. The running game ain't working, so we gonna hit you with the short passing game and move down the road, move down the field. Your coach can't adjust. He go in with a game plan, and once that game plan don't work, and I'm not gonna put it all on the coach, but I'm gonna put it on the coach. He hasn't played the second half, but when you got a quarterback that he was in his head, and Perry Tunson could have kept running the Foley if he would have put the ball out in front of him.
Agree.
Put the ball on him. You got your tight end on that 4th down. If you just make a decent play, so it was plays to be made. But what I'm concerned about now is the fact that you're not willing to pivot and try somebody else. It's like you're going down this hill with Jackson Arnold. So, I mean, at this point, dog, I'm kind of. I told him on the call-in show, the Auburn Live call-in show. I've been telling them for 3 years.
Yep.
Hugh Freeze, when adversity strikes Hugh Freeze, he turned into Coach Klein on the Water Boy. He does not handle those type every time. Go back and watch. He let the emotions of the game affect him too bad. That's why he don't need to be a play caller for one.
He do.
That's how I knew when that fumble did not. I mean, when that touchdown didn't go our way, I said, "Bro, we finna lose the game.
Game over."
I knew at that point. I said, "We finna lose the game." I said, "We ain't not finna over. We up, and we still finna find a way to lose the game."
Yep.
Kendall had called me, and I was like, "Cuz, we finna find a way to blow this." I said.
Hold on, real quick, Marcus. Let me add somebody to the chat. Let me add somebody to the conversation real quick because I got to bring him in. He's been waiting. I think he left and came back in. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, the Huggy Beard. What's up, Huggy?
What's up, Huggy?
What's happening, Nick, Marcus?
Yeah.
What's up, gentlemen?
Chilling. Go ahead, Marcus.
But when he went to his halftime and when he was talking to the interviewer at halftime, and he kept saying what he was saying, I said he ain't over it. I said
when he said when he was about to say forget the refs.
Yeah. When he took that interview to halftime, I said we finna lose, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one more, Marcus. I'm gonna tell you one more. When it was blatant that Kirby called the timeout, and then he told him he was clapping, and they gave him a timeout back. I said, "Oh yeah, it's over with, bro.
It's over with, cuz
ain't no way."
We are not a team with him at the helm to overcome adversity. he don't know how to win. He don't know how to win when he got everything laid out for him. He dang sure ain't gonna know how to win over adversity.
Man, look, bro. Y'all can say what y'all want to. The referees, okay, cool. The referees did do their thing, whatever, bro. You got to find a way to win that, though. You can't keep using the refs as an excuse. You're vain. Hey, man, listen. Let me tell y'all something. This is another thing that I hate.
Saving his job, though. The refs is
It is.
His job.
It really is, bro. It really is. But me as an AD, if I went back and look at this film and I take all the refs out, bro, your receiver dropped a lot of passes that could have helped Jackson out. And I get what El was saying about him putting it in front of him. But, man, bro, you had a wide open blister when he threw the ball. And in all honesty, it was one play I just seen, bro. The Allen, the linebacker for Georgia, man, I'm talking about, man, wide open. You could have ran a truck through the hole. He came through. Connor Lou ain't touched. Ain't put
it was a half slide.
That
was a half slide. That was a half slide. You saw.
But don't nobody need no help. Ain't nobody need no help on that play. Come on now, let's just be honest. Then nobody.
No. That's what the call was. Go back and watch it. It was a half slide.
I know.
I called it a delay. I called it delayed blitz. I called it was a little bit of a delay. But neither one, the center nor the guard on that side, I think it was Jeremiah right at that time, didn't pick it up, and he came right through. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let me hear what Huggy got to say. Huggy, what's on your mind? What you got to say, Huggy?
Well, I'm gonna blow y'all's mind, and I got to change my stance on Hugh Freeze.
Oh Lord,
because I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but after today, he proved himself to be the biggest Mac on the planet. Y'all hear me out and tell me how he ain't playing in people's faces.
Okay.
You can't tell me that he ain't heard everybody calling for his job, and the main reason is what? Haven't met expectations. So he fires a senior captain for not meeting expectation. He the biggest Mac on the planet. He is pimping and playing in all of our faces. No, I'm full of it. I don't like his face, cuz. Let me read y'all some numbers. 14-17. You want to guess what that is?
His overall record?
His overall record. 5-4 record against the SEC. 1-11 versus ranked. 2-7 in SEC home games. 2-7 in one score games. 12 points per game in SEC play. That's how close we are, fellas.
Man, that's Vanderbilt. That's old school Vanderbilt.
Marcus, as usual, great minds think alike, because that's what was going to be my next statement.
That's old. Sorry, Vandy Chris, if you out there listening, but that's what y'all used to be.
I hope he listening, because I ain't, but that's a whole nother topic. But he is playing in everybody's faces. Y'all want me gone because I haven't met expectations? How about this? I don't know what to say about this, bro, but he's got dirt on somebody on the AD or something. There's no other way to explain this, bro.
But my angle with this DeMar situation is, if you go back, if you watch them, he was the reason why he was the captain, because he was the biggest leader this offseason. He did everything the program wanted. So how does that guy go from being everything, the model citizen of the program, your captain, to don't meet like?
Yeah, well, what are your thoughts on that?
You lose, your locker room is lost.
Man, I think the press conference today, I think that was his nail in the coffin eventually. Why I say that? He really disrespected the whole Auburn fan base, from the boosters and everybody today. When Mike G asked him that question, and he said, pretty much, he don't give a damn what our expectations is. If you can't see how close we is, then you don't know football. You don't know what you're looking at.
I'm gonna read the quote for you. He said the question was about the status of the locker room. He said, hold up, let me get to it. Hold up. The quote was, the question was, when it comes to results, the results are a reflection of the leadership and coaching. Why should fans expect a different result? These are the words. He said, I can't control what your expectations are or what theirs are, but I know what ours are. Ours are to get ready to go win a football game, just like they were last week. Anybody that looks at it and see that it is really, really close and attainable really don't know what they're talking about. That's the quote.
I think that's the nail in the coffin for him, man. Because one thing about Auburn boosters, they're a little different. They real football fans, just like me and you. They just got a lot of money. So you really just slap a guy like Jimmy Rain in the face, in a sense, because hey man, we know what we looking at now. You can't score points. We know the defense. Yeah, the defense is. Be honest, we got a defense. I feel like could play with Ohio State, Oregon, or anybody in the country. My defense can play. But shit, I can't score no points. And you being the play caller is a direct reflection of you. So that's just my thoughts, man.
You gonna hear about it. It's gonna be an ultimatum given this off season. Either you finna hire OC or you finna get up out of here.
Jesus,
man, I think they're gonna allow him to step down due to what he's going through.
See, here's my question.
Okay.
And I know everybody's heart's in the right place and their thought process is in the right place, but everybody calling for, man, we need to bring in an OC. Haven't we already kind of seen that movie in the first 2 years with him, and he just did nothing but throw him under the bus and then fire him?
Yeah, well, your thoughts on that one, because I know you got an opinion on that one.
Well, I suggested that for this season that you do that, but you didn't do that, and I feel like now there's a negativity about him to where I don't even want him on my sideline no more. I think that would have been the move. It's just a negativity about him, even as my head coach. It's still gonna bleed down through the team, man. It's like we undisciplined. We make some of the dumbest penalties. We do something. It's just no. I think I told him last night. It's just like a marriage, bro. I got much love for you, but it ain't working. We done put too much in to get too little out. This ain't working. So you look at what happened today. Your team is literally starting to come apart. Your locker room is going to come apart. We all have seen this movie play out. Defense have been playing their butts off, but it's going to be a game to where defense ain't going to even be locked in. It's coming. Just sit back. It's coming. Yeah, it's going to be a game
to that point, Xavier Atkins has come out and basically has said that he put out a tweet saying a great teammate, even better person. Love you, brother. In response to Damari Alston. Alvin Henderson also put out a tweet saying real one since day one. Control the controllables. Go get what you deserve. Is what he's put out. I'm pretty sure there has been more. Anthony Schwartz, former Auburn player, actually put something out as well, a tweet basically saying, listen to his teammates and see what his teammates are saying. I think we are at a point right now, and as Auburn football fans, that we are actually looking at the destruction of an Auburn football program that probably is worse than what you thought with Harsin. The problem with Harsin was a recruiter.
It's way past that.
It's way past that. The problem with Harsin was not recruiting. I don't think Harsin was a bad team. This is a culture. This is I'm a culture issue. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. This is me. I can get an echo. I think I'm getting it from Edward. So I'm gonna mute your mic for a little bit.
It's probably for me, bro.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute your mic for a little bit. So I was a Harsin fan. If you don't know that, I was a Harsin fan. I was a Harsin fan because of the way that I felt that when the structure and what he tried to bring to the program is what you needed in order to win.
The contract in the hot tub?
What?
The contract in the hot
tub? What hot tub? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Y'all thought I took it left.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Anyway, but no, I was a Harsin fan for the simple fact because of I thought structurally and when it came to discipline and stuff like that, I thought he was a great coach for the program. Probably wasn't the best people's guy. Probably wasn't the best guy on the political side of the side to be that type of person. But X's and O's, I thought he was the best guy. Hugh Freeze, I feel the exact opposite. I think political wise, I think he's probably the best person for that. I think he's probably can work the room, work everybody, make everybody feel good. But when it comes to the X's and O's and the discipline side of it, I think he lacks that a lot. I think he lacks it a lot.
Let me say something too.
Go ahead.
Let me say something on that. I feel like the locker room really been messed up since like 1920-ish, like the end of Gus' term. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it started there, and it's just been landsliding ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, in my opinion, honestly, if you are going to bring somebody in, Durkin probably, if you trying to control everything that's going on and stop what you got going, Durkin might be your best bet. Just being honest. Because he's hard nosed, you know what I'm saying? All that what you need right now to stop this.
Okay, I get what y'all saying. Y'all saying Alan, because Alan Green met him at a convention at a hot. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Okay,
hot tub contract. That's what I call
it. Wait, what? Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean something different where I'm from.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey man, it is what it is, Huggy.
Hilarious, guys. But no, man. I look at it and I just think, man, like, you know, when we had this conversation and we talk about it. I don't know. Like I feel like we are on the precipice of something that everybody outside of the administrative building sees what's going on, or even the people inside the administration building is trying to turn a blind eye to what the actual outcry is from the fan base. So I honestly, I don't know if the inevitable of what we think is going to happen will happen soon, or if it will happen at all. Because there is a possibility that we could actually see Coach Freeze here next season. And if that happens,
Absolutely.
What happens next year? What happens all off season? What happens then? So man, this has been very difficult for me to think about, and I'm actually thinking about it like I'm in charge, and I'm not. But that's how I think about certain stuff sometimes. But it's just interesting to see and actually to think about like what it could be. What are y'all thoughts on that?
If he here next season, negativity all off season for me.
Okay.
It'll be worse if he's, and I think he will be, but it'll be worse. It'll be way worse.
Yeah, negativity.
If he here next year, bye to all your key players.
Absolutely.
Yeah, negativity, because it's no path to winning. If you can't win with this roster, I just can't see him winning.
But see, here's the thing though. With all the players coming out and showing support and using keywords like, you know, class, stand up, all that, he been done, I think he been done lost the locker room, but they may have kept the mentality of, well, you know, forget that guy, we got to play ball. But I think now they're like, bro, what's the point?
Well, because like I said, it's two separate. The team is separated because Durkin has his guys playing.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are still with Durkin. That's why I feel like what Ant said, if you move Durkin now, you can save this team.
Absolutely.
But that offense knows that it has enough talent, that it should be winning, that it should be putting up enough points. And those stars that came here to be a part of that talented offense, they are bothered. And it's like Nick said, it's incompetent, and there's no solution in sight. So it's just like at a certain point, they ready to go, man. They ready to go to a team that they can excel. They trying to go to the pros, bro. You can't get film if we keep putting up 10 points a game.
Bringing a guy real quick, man. Shout out to that guy, first time on the show. Because this is a great conversation. I'm trying to hear. I want to hear everybody's perspective. I want to know how people feel. They feel the same way we feel about this, man. And I just want to, because some people can have different perspectives and different thought processes on it. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear him. You see him in the chat all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Fire Freeze. What's going on, Fire Freeze? What's on your mind?
Good morning. Good evening.
What's up? What's up, man?
You hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you.
It goes beyond Freeze. This point, you got to fire Cohen.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh,
all right.
I heard that one before.
People looked at me kind of funny last year when I changed my name to Fire Freeze. They're like, "Come on, you got to give him a chance." I'm like, "What has he done to earn one?" We've seen it. That New Mexico State game told you he didn't have it at Auburn. That was his first year, and the first year offense looked better than the next 2 years. He's picking these broken quarterbacks. He picked Peyton Thorne. Okay, you make a mistake. Then you double down on him. Then you don't bench him. You keep with him the whole year. Then you bring in Jackson Arnold. It's the same thing all over. Cohen is watching this and not doing a thing.
Man, he preaching.
Look what happened when Cohen left Mississippi State. The Mike Leach tragedy, but then that new guy behind him brought in Lebby.
Yeah, Jeff Lebby. Yeah.
Cohen ain't got it. Cohen is as broken as Freeze. You got to get rid of the whole crew.
Yep. Shout out to Tez, man, because Tez, and I saw this right here, man. Nicholas Wall, shout out to Nicholas Wall. Me and you got the same first name. He said Fire Freeze. He been saying this since last year. He goated for that. That's what I'm saying, man. So shout out to that. And Tez actually alluded to this probably about a month ago. Not even a month ago, probably like 2.5, 3 weeks ago. He alluded to this when he said that this is an institutional issue of what we're seeing at Auburn. This is an administrative issue. Because it seems like why is it every time players come from other places or coaches come from other places or ADs come from other places that where they've been successful, but when they get to Auburn, it's almost like they forget how to do what they was doing at other places. That's a culture that might be a culture, institutional, administrative issue. Y'all thoughts on that?
It's absolutely culture. Absolutely. And I'll use, not to beat a dead horse, but look at Gus. Throughout the last half of Gus's tenure, and obviously I wasn't on water cooler saying this, but I was constantly pointing out that I like Gus, but he's not the guy. And the reason I would say that is we're only going to be good enough to be relevant and maybe they can do it and be ranked really good when we lose to Georgia and Alabama. That's why I apologize to Gus for calling Hugh Freeze Gus 2.0, because at least with Gus we was gonna get you feel me? But
I feel
it was accepted then, and this has been pointed out on the show before. I think Tez, shout out to Tez. They made Auburn think that this is good. Just being relevant, but nobody really taking it serious. Maybe pull 1 or 2 games you shouldn't have won. And it definitely starts at the top. Now, I know I've been hounding that, and I think a lot of people get it twisted because I say it in a humorous way, but it's obvious. The New Mexico State game sealed it. All them players should have been on fire, licking their chops. Like, finally, we got somebody that we can go thump. And it was just like, man, whatever. The mystique is gone. It doesn't mean anything to put that helmet on with the A and the U on the side. You know what I'm talking about? That it's just another, hey, especially now, cut my check and I'm going to get something on film and I'm going to go do something else. It's got to start at the top, but I don't see Cohen firing himself. And let me ask you this, and I think I know the answer, but let's just let great minds confer. Okay. Couldn't Cohen step in and say, hey, look here, Hoss, you either do this or you're out of here, right?
Yeah, he's the AD. He could definitely,
exactly. I guess it was a rhetorical question. The fact that he hasn't moved, because I know others pointed it out, but I said this several times. He should have been fired after Texas A&M right then. Give Durkin or whoever, give them 2 weeks with the team, especially you bring a new guy in, give them 2 weeks to get something going. With Durkin, it wouldn't even have been because, he might be defensive coach, but I bet the offensive players, still respect him. And you know, he ain't our coach. No, I don't think that would be the case at all. So he wouldn't have to win anybody over. He's already got them.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's got any kind of dog in him, he's coming in like Coach Prime did, telling people, look, I'm bringing Louis. If you got a problem, get out of Auburn, because this is how it's done now.
Okay. All right. To that point, we have aired our grievances with what we've seen in the first 2.5 seasons of Coach Hugh Freeze at the helm. All right. So let's put ourselves in the shoes of not just the AD. Like, okay, let's say, because Fire Freeze is saying maybe we should get rid of the AD. Maybe Cohen should go. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you somebody who's not gonna go, because the board of trustees has to approve it. The president of the university. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of the president of the university. Okay. Pretty sure you're hearing everything that's being said out in the sphere of the talk space of what the football team is and how it's been for the past going on 5 seasons. We put our grievances out. Let's find a solution to this. Okay. If we were in that situation, I want to ask Edward this, because Edward always have some great thoughts on this. If you was in that situation, and I want all y'all to key in on this as well, but I want Edward to go first. If you was in that situation, Edward, what would be the first thing that you do? And where would be the first place you look?
Well, if I'm the president, I'm hoping they don't get to the president. But
okay,
I say this: John Cohen didn't do himself no favor by moving that game to Atlanta with the people of Auburn. He really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So that's an X on his back right there. But if I'm the president, I'm looking at the product on the field.
Okay.
Do you want a hard reset of your program, or do you not? That's a lot to weigh in this day and age. You're taking a gamble. I probably don't fire him during the season.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is what I do. In order for you to keep your job right now, I at least got to have 7 wins. But I want you to understand, even in keeping your job and giving me these 7 wins, we're going to be forced to make changes on the offensive side of the ball. That's probably the direction I would go. Even though I just said I don't think it's going to work that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at, do I want a mass exit of a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys that I have on my roster? I'm going to try to salvage it any kind of way I can.
Okay.
I mean, you look at Auburn and what they paying Durkin. You can't tell me they won't pay an offensive coordinator. Auburn desperate right now to win. Mm-hmm. They paying Durkin $2.5, $2.6 million.
Yep.
They'll pay an offensive coordinator big money. I think Hugh really needs to look in the mirror. Do I want to continue to coach football? Or do I just want to take my money, man, and go?
But Elwood, I thought he did that did by week. I thought he locked himself in the room and had a heart-to-heart with himself did by week.
No, that ain't the conversation you need to have with himself. He need to ask himself, do I want to coach football? Or do I want to just focus on my health and get better? I can't fault him. You know, I went through prostate cancer with my dad. I know it's a lot emotionally. So for the best for him, man, you might just do better just to step down, you know, because your coaching ability right now is I say this. You got some guys that are just system guys. They can't really scheme teams. You can't scheme Cam Coleman open. If I can't get Cam open within my system, then he just don't get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened with system guys, everybody who came in with a system from the 46 defense, from the Tampa 2 with Monty Kiffin, to everybody that came in with a system, guess what? The RPO, eventually everybody catches up with your system. To me, he don't have nothing outside of the RPO game. It's no, we just finna line up and run power football. You know, even with your offensive line, they coming out the ball completely different. They're not driving down the field because we don't know if you're running the ball or passing the ball. That's not a true running game. I'm talking about when my linemen find out driving people down the field. You don't have that really in the RPO system. Because when my quarterback decide to throw the ball and my lineman 5-6 yards downfield blocking. You see what I'm saying? So I haven't seen where he been able to adjust. You got all these weapons, but you can't get them the ball. I mean, if I'm a president, we have some hard conversations. And at the end of the day, if you're not willing to, you know, let go of this offense, then you got to go. He would be better served right now if you let Ken Austin or Derek Nix call plays.
Ken Austin. That's a name that I said before. Okay. All right.
He just needs to take his hands off of it. Because you can't call plays and get so caught up in the emotions of the game. Let the play caller. Let. If you hire Derek Nix, first of all, you shouldn't have lied. You say you're a man of God. Why you lying like he a play caller? You know that was in his contract, only whether he could leave. I'm just being real.
No, you being real. You telling the truth. You telling the truth.
You know you confessing Christ and this, but you telling a blatant lie. When you know this guy ain't calling no play, you calling all the plays. God don't like ugly. You can't sit there and lie on the name of the Lord and expect not to be punished. So let Derek Nix call play. Derek was up on the lane. Derek might have a more expansive offensive repertoire than we even know. But we'll never know long as Freeze calling the play. See, Derek can operate outside of the RPO world because he lives.
You know why he don't want Derek to call play?
It might look better.
Because Derek gonna run the ball.
Yeah, he was a running back. That is true.
He's gonna run the ball. He don't want to run the ball.
Fire Freeze. Yep. Are you in the same boat with Edward of saying, okay, we can keep you for the rest of the season?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm the president. You're saying if I'm the president, what do I do?
Yeah, what would you do?
I walk into John Cohen's office, I lay a pink slip on his desk and go, whose name do I write on this? Yours or Hugh Freeze's?
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
I like
You're
that.
either going to fire him or I'm going to fire you and then I'm going to fire him.
I like that.
I like that too.
After that,
so you are part of
we'll see how much of Hugh Freeze's boy Derek Nix is, whether he walks with him or not. If he doesn't walk, he's OC. Durkin gets on the job interview for the rest of the year. In the meantime, now that I don't have an official head coach, I'm not pulling this Bobby Petrino shit and running up to Louisville to talk behind Tommy Tuberville's back. I can go down to Tulane and talk to Summerall. I can go up to Syracuse or I can talk to their agents and go, hey, are you interested in us?
What about Marcus Freeman?
We've got the money. I don't think we can pay the buyout for Notre Dame.
Yeah, we can't. I know we can't. He just got a country.
I like Indiana coach. I
think Indiana's coach is a little too old now. I like Summerall. I like Brown. If neither of them are interested, fly out to Arizona State and talk to Dillingham. Dillingham said it. It's too much to be a head coach and the offensive coordinator, so I had to give it away. Hugh Freeze can't give it away, and it's too much for him.
Yep.
But talk to Dillingham, talk to Lashley. Those are my top five.
Okay.
But
I like Indiana. I like Indiana coach.
If they like him, go talk to him. But once Freeze is gone, you can in the open be talking to agents and putting out feelers. When Hugh Freeze is still the coach, you can't do that because then we run into that Bobby Petrino situation, and then the president gets fired.
And
remember,
Aunt Huggy, I want to ask y'all this question right here. All right, so you that happens. Let's say we go with what Fire Freeze just said. All right, let's say that happens. Let's say we go put a pink slip on their desk. Yes, that is true. He does have like a $60 million buyout at Notre Dame. Yeah, that's too much. I don't think that's gonna happen. But it depends on the legal language of it, because if it's anything like what James Franklin's buyout is, if he finds a job, then I think it reduces or something like that. If not, he still get that $49 million up until like 2031 or something like that. But it is what it is. But Aunt Huggy,
yes, sir.
Let's say that happens. Are you going after a coach? Now we've heard Fire Freeze say he gave us his 5. I think we heard Lashley, Kiffin, Summerall.
No. Dillingham, Lashley, Brand Brown up in Syracuse, and Summerall at Tulane along with Durkin.
Okay, all right. Those are his guys. Are you going that route? Are you going that route of guys? Do you want to get an up and comer from a G5 coach? Or do you want to get an established guy?
I mean, first thing first, I'm firing both of them. Get both of them up out of here. Two baseball guys can't do nothing with football, bro. At the end of the day.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to do it right. Get somebody that's from a winning program. You get what I'm saying? Well, man, we talking about John Cohen from Mississippi State. How many winning seasons they had with him?
Well, as a baseball coach, I think it was pretty decent as a baseball coach. Now, football is a different story.
Again, Nick, what can you do with a baseball man?
Well,
okay, that's cool.
Let's be honest now. I will give him credit. He did hire Mike Leach, and Mike Leach was getting that program to where he, 8-9 wins before he passed away.
Right, they put that bug in his ear. That's who we better get.
Okay. All right.
You see my thing is, first of all, if I'm getting an AD and a coach, they both got to come from a winning program.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, or if you want to go the route that Fire Freeze talking about, take your chance on Indiana coach. He ain't been there but what, 2 years, 2-3 years?
Second season this year.
Yeah, you still can get him at a steal. As you can see, he's a pretty good coach. He beat Oregon. They were undefeated, number 3, the highest ranking they ever had. So, you can get him at a steal. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So it's like the thing is, bro, you gotta change from your AD down, bro. Like, you just got to get people from a winning culture if you're gonna change this whole thing. That's just my opinion.
Ted just entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ted's tonight show, we wanted to hear from the Auburn family, and we got a lot of guys in here, man. Shout out to Edward, shout out to Fire Freeze, shout out to Huggy, shout out to Ant, shout out to all them. Shout out to Bubba. Bubba called in early. He came in and gave a quick analysis, then he hopped out. But shout out to them. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's putting that's letting us know in the chat. That's what water cooler is, man. We come around the water cooler and we talk about it, man. So that's what we're doing. Tess, your thoughts, man. You had a chance to watch the press conference today, and man, just give us your initial thoughts on what it is. Because there's one more thing before we get out of here that I want to hit on about my thought process of Coach Hugh Freeze as the head coach of Auburn football right now that I want to hit on, but I want to go ahead and get you to talk first, and I want to get y'all thoughts on that. I want to hear your thoughts, and then I'll put that theory out there, and I want to hear what y'all thoughts on my theory. But go ahead, Tess, your initial thoughts.
On the press conference?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I apologize for being so late. But the press conference confirmed a lot for me that get this dude far away from my football team. I'm dead serious. Like, is this man to the part about Damari, the part about him just saying that we close, we're not close. Guys, we not close.
Far away from it.
The score is like 7-point games, but we're finding ways to lose these football games. We're not close.
He did allude to that in his opening statement. He did. He said we find ways to put ourselves in a position to lose and not finding ways to win the games.
But it's not we, it's him.
Okay.
You're finding a way to lose these football games, man. Like I said, I'll say this just real quick. I got an opportunity to attend this game. Y'all can you can attest to it, Nick. When I was at that game, I put in the chat like, man, Auburn, this looks like a 6-18 versus a 4-18, with Auburn being the 6-18. Bro, the talent if you haven't got an opportunity to see these guys play in person or up close, please do go to a practice or something. The talent is unbelievable. Like it just is. Like they get off the bus and they look the part. It's egregious what's happening at Auburn University. And on top of that, the whole Damari thing is like to me, if I'm making the decisions, the way he handled this in this press conference and all this is a fireable offense. Coupled with the way you lost that Georgia game, and then you come out here in this press conference and you do this, I think he should be gone. And I'm not a big component of people just losing their job, especially not coaches. Because listen, when a coach loses their job, so does everybody else that's up under them. That's a whole bunch of families, a whole bunch of like everything's got to uproot. The kids got to find other schools. Like it's not just simple as you go find another. You know what I mean? Like it's a big deal. Coach loses his job. So I don't want to. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I never wanted to say like, oh, he needs to lose his job. But I'm at the point now, but he needs to lose his job. And I think I came in on the tail end of what Ant was saying, but Ant was totally right. It's not just him. From the top down, there needs to be a rehaul in everything that has to do with football at Auburn. Everything that has to do with football, there needs to be a rehaul. It's just, I don't know. I can't even put it into words. I don't want to just keep ranting about it, man. But it's just like I can't even put it into words. He's not giving the players an opportunity to maximize their talents at all. And then, like you said, you got your star running back. This was your starting running back at the beginning of the season, saying that he wants to be redshirted. He doesn't want to play for this guy no more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play this season no more.
The whole narrative of I don't know if you can really allude to this, but the narrative that it seems like they were parting ways with Damari Austin kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's just, man. Yeah, like Travell just put it, team captain.
Yep.
Right. This is somebody who you use to get other people in the building.
Yep.
Right. He's been one of the faces of Auburn football, and you got this guy saying, you know what, I can't do it no more this year. Like that's very telling.
He brought a lot of recruits in.
Yeah, it's very telling though. It's very telling.
Bruh, this my thing on it says Damari is an Auburn guy through and through, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of stuff that I know, but I really can't put too much. But all I'm gonna say is, with what Freeze said, doesn't match up with how Damari feeling, bro. Damari never he didn't quit, bro. He was willing to pull a Eugene, real talk. I'm talking about be on scout teams, stay working out, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, his big deal in a nutshell was, wow, you promised me this, and this for me to stay, right?
Shout out to Edward, man.
I'm not seeing this right now. I'm not seeing my 15, 20 carries a game. You didn't even run me in Texas A&M. You barely want to run me in Georgia. You held me out against two group of fives. Like, bro, what am I here for?
I'm telling you, man, and I said this in the group text, but I'm telling y'all, like, I think honestly, this is my theory, and I don't have any inside knowledge on this, but this is just a theory from watching football. If you go back and watch that fumble when Jackson Arnold fumbled the ball, that ball hit Damari in the hands and the chest. Like first, soon as it came out of his hand, it hit Damari in the hands and the chest. Damari, I guess he didn't see it. You know what I mean? Or he thought that the play was over with, because he kind of went to pick Jackson Arnold up, like the play was over with. But the ball hit him in the chest, in the hands. And I guarantee, if I know Hugh Freeze, like I know Hugh Freeze, he probably tried to blame that shit on him. I mean, my bad. He probably tried to blame that on him. And that conversation probably didn't go well.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I want everybody to go back and watch that play. It ain't gonna be hard to find. It's all over the internet. When you watch that play, it's gonna be in slow motion. You're gonna see the ball come out, and you're gonna see the ball hit Damari first before it ever hit a Georgia player. Hit him in the hands and the chest. And I guarantee you, he tried to blame this game on that guy.
All I'm
Because
gonna
that's what Hugh Freeze
say.
team to do.
All I'm gonna say is, Tez, you closer than what you closer than what you thinking right now. I promise you.
I want to, before we get out of here, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. I said I had this. There was a question that was asked in the conference, and he said, "How close?" The question was, "How close is Darrell back to being in the running back room?" This was his answer, and I found it kind of interesting. He said, "He's running." He said, "I need to ask the medical staff. That would be nice too. He's a competitive dude. Not sure how close. I did see him running on the field this morning when we were having our walkthrough. I hope he's getting closer and closer for sure." When I heard that response, man, that sounded to me like a coach that doesn't know his team, or didn't know what was going on, or didn't know the status of players that were injured, or
bro,
I don't know if he cared to know, or what
I say he don't sound like he.
I don't think he cares, bro.
But y'all thoughts on that? Fire Freeze, Huggy, Ant, Marcus, Tez. Y'all thoughts on that?
I got something to say about that.
Okay.
Other than Ron Zook, Hugh Freeze doesn't care about.
That man brought out Ron Zook, man.
What's the difference between him and Ron Zook? He can recruit
That's
and he
funny,
can't
man.
coach him.
That's actually
Anyway,
pretty good, Fire Freeze. That's good.
I've been watching
good.
Hugh Freeze since he was at Ole Miss. Hugh
Mm-hmm.
Freeze could care less about a running back. He don't care about that room. It isn't that he's out of touch with the team. He just don't care about running backs. He didn't care about running backs at Ole Miss. He didn't care about running backs at Liberty. He don't care about running backs at Auburn. He would rather have a team with no running backs. So him not knowing that is perfect for him because he don't care. He don't care about the running back room. Who that isn't my game plan. That isn't what I do. Running backs don't matter. They're plug and play. I'll just throw anybody in there. I don't care. He said it before. It doesn't matter. We don't have star running back. We'll just put whoever in and they'll do the job.
Yep.
He said it at Ole Miss.
It hurt me so much not to throw the ball when Jarquez is running for 200 plus yards. I say, oh yeah.
It was everything in my body. I had to fight every instinct in my body to keep doing what was working.
Oh my God.
Hugh Freeze. I made a joke a while back, but Hugh Freeze, I can tell when he was a freshman in high school, the star running back stole his first girlfriend, and he's hated running backs ever since.
I can see that.
That might be true.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. Marcus, what you thinking?
Let him go, man. I'm tired of being depressed, man. I like it's listen to everybody tell a story, man, and it's just like, guys, just think about it. We seen all this for the last 3 years, and we kept lying to ourselves. Like
7.
My bad. I'm talking about with Hugh. Like we came in this season so optimistic, but we knew what it really was. We seen this roster. We were like, we can win with this roster. But Hugh, we can do great things. But Hugh,
I always come back to Hugh Freeze.
and now we just
in Hugh we trust.
Huggy, what you thinking, Huggy? What you thinking, Huggy?
Well, go like using the press conference for example. I like to, and not just in this situation, and this is something that's part of my personality. I like to read body language. And before Ant said anything, I was already wondering, did old buddy say something to Hugh Freeze? Because he looked offended, like his feelings were hurt. And I have to agree with Tez that if he called him out about that fumble, I know what I'd have said to him, and that's not going to go over with him. It's not, and I don't like using his health is bad, because righteously, bro, I've known plenty of people with, terminal sicknesses, and that's not what this looks like to me. Like, something else has my attention. It's hard to put into words, bro, but it's all going to come back to he's got to go. He just does. And, going back, Nick, you asked if, I'm the president. If I'm the president, we're not even having this conversation this year because he ain't there. However, if he made it to this year on my watch, I'm pulling the trigger before the bye week. But the thing you got to be careful with, if you fire him in the season and you go looking for another guy, you have to question, unless, you just want to put it all on money, a guy that could just cut ties with his team, like right in the middle of the season. I'm out, y'all. I'm going to coach over here for the rest of the year. You got to question that guy in the first place, because I don't believe that the boardroom is going to tolerate somebody saying, yeah, I want the job. I want to come in, but I want to finish out where I'm at. That's not going to fly with them. And we all know the rumors about Kirby coming to Auburn, and that's what shut that down. But
in DJ we trust.
Durkin is the obvious choice because he already has a rapport with the team. You know what I'm talking about? So I will say this, because let's be honest with ourselves. No matter who you hire, and like I've said this before, Bama didn't have a clue what Saban was going to do. They had no idea. So it's not like you can really know, hey, this is the guy that we need to bring in. It is all, kind of, if everything goes the way we want it to, this is a good idea.
True.
But I think the main thing for Auburn, you've got to bring in somebody that is coached in the South, preferably the SEC, because I don't think I think the program is in a position to where you can't go get a group of 5 guy. And right now, Florida State and Florida are a perfect example of that. It's not the same. You've got to have somebody that, even if they've only ever coached in the SEC at an assistant level, they still have been going to high schools. They've still been talking to, high school coaches. They've still talked to some players that, hey, you remember, so-and-so, they come and talk to him and look at what he went and did. Maybe we can go his route. And I'm talking about from the children's perspective. You because of how the South is about football, specifically college football, you cannot bring in. I personally think, in hindsight, that was Harson's biggest problem. He just wasn't a Southern man. He didn't have that air about him, because they different on the West Coast, bro. They different up north. It just is what it is. But I think you've got to give it to DJ. I don't think you really have a choice, because if you bring in an outsider in the middle of this, there's a good chance the other players are going to, man, look at this fool coming in here. But Durkin's been there the whole time, and he has a front row seat, because if we're all seeing these problems, there ain't no telling what's going through Durkin's mind, because he's got to come to work and do his job, and then look at this fool, and this guy got the job over me. Then I forget who it was earlier, but the defense kind of calling it in, that is fast approaching. And as bad as that sounds, they're not necessarily right, but that wouldn't necessarily be wrong either. And maybe, some form of civil disobedience, call it whatever you want to, but he's got to go, bro. And if I'm the president, I do exactly that. Either you go, or if somebody else is going, and then you going behind them. I mean, I would force his hand that's the best way to say it. You've got to force his hand at this point in the game.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Marcus, real quick.
You never told me what you thought about that Urban Meyer hire, Ted. What I was throwing around in the chat earlier.
I think Urban's a good coach. I just don't know if he would take the job.
Terrible idea. Terrible.
Real quick. Go across the panel real quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, Auburn loses this game to Missouri, which is possible because Missouri is a really good team. Scale of 1 to 10, Hugh Freeze is gone that night or the next day. Start with Marcus.
Bro, he should be gone after the game, he shouldn't even get back on the bus. If we in Auburn, we should get a bus just so he don't touch it.
Okay. And
75.
70.5. Test.
No, 75, Nick. He out of here. 75.
No, that's what I'm saying. On the scale of 1 to 10, on the scale of 1 to 10, it's gonna be 7.5 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Shouldn't touch the button, Nick.
Where do I got? I got him. I said, like, if he loses this game, it depends. I said about 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
He should have been gone 3 weeks ago.
Listen,
it depends on how he lose, though.
That's what I'm about to say. SEC officials, please call a good game.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Fire
because
freeze.
if you did, because if they had called a good game and we'd have lost this Georgia game with them calling a good game, he'd probably be at home right now.
Okay. Fire freeze.
I'm going to say an 8. It should be a 10, but I'm going to say an 8.
Okay. Huggy.
Well, I'm not going to say if. I'm saying they lose to Missouri, and I don't have any reason to think otherwise. And it'll probably be a, 6-point loss. Winning team doesn't score more than 20 points. I think we've seen, because, that's been the last 3 games. So I don't think it's about if. And Missouri coming off of a loss, a very, that was a good game that could have went either way. They're going to show up ready to thump. And I think what we've seen, and I won't even say the last 3 weeks, I'll say the last 3 years.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, every single season has been the same. Start out good, and everybody think, well, okay, here we go. And then boom, week 2, it crashes. And I'm talking about this is like Game of Thrones crash, bro. Last season where everybody's just, what just happened? So, but righteously, bro, based off of what I've seen so far, I don't think it matters. I don't think he's going to lose, or I don't think he's going to get fired until tickets stop getting sold, jerseys ain't getting bought. The boosters or whoever say, let me hold that check before I send it out to you. That's the only thing that's going to make the higher ups. You got to hit them where it hurts in their wallet. And I think that was a great point earlier. I've never thought about that. The baseball guys, I despise baseball. And I've always said that baseball is like America's version of soccer. It's where all the divas and the prima donnas go play. The real men go play football and basketball. They box or, throw knives or rocks or something. I don't think nothing's going to change, bro. But if he loses to Missouri, and let me ask this real quick before I go. Everybody's bringing up the officials. Do y'all honestly not think that these bad calls are just happening 3 weeks in a row to Auburn just by happenstance?
No, they got it out for him.
The SEC knows what's up, bro. They
got it out for him.
We're talking about, we watched Kirby Smart call timeout, clap. He did the hokey pokey, and they just said, "Oh no, he didn't call timeout. Put time back on the clock." In what universe is anybody ever seen that in a football game? You haven't. So there's no way to say that. I won't necessarily say the fix is in, but I do think it'll be different against Missouri as far as the officials, because I don't think they see Missouri as being viable in the playoffs. Now, Oklahoma, Georgia.
You played a Heisman contender to barely throwing for under 300 yards. You ain't show up in A&M, and you just played everybody's darling to win college football. So
I'm gonna read this real quick. I'm gonna read this real quick. I'm gonna read this real quick because we getting close to our time limit here. I'm gonna read this real quick, and then I want to get y'all thoughts on this real quick. John Cohen just put out a statement. Just popped up on my what's the name, and was asked to shed some light on Freeze's job security with an interesting analogy. He said, "I don't know if I'm going to walk outside and my car is going to start or not. I think it is. I have an expectation it will, but if my car doesn't start enough, then I will evaluate that and make decisions about my car. but that's not my expectation at this point about our football program.
Sounds like he's gone.
That's what it sounds like. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, which I can.
He would have just said, "Nah, yeah, we got faith in him." Like,
Well,
make up his stories. Like, yeah,
you got to remember too that I'll say this because I got to go in and spend some time with the babies. You also got to look at it from his point of view. He can't really go either way, because if he says, "Oh no, this cat's out of here," and then for whatever reason they turn the corner against Missouri, well, then now you look a fool. But if you say, it works either way. So I could see that kind of. I mean, they all talk that business talk where you say things without saying it, leave things vague. Well, I never said he was going to get fired. Well, I never said. Well, he's not lying. He is leaving it up like that. But it's hard for me personally. Whenever Hugh Freeze, Cohen, any of them cats in the upper echelon of Auburn, whenever they talk, it's like I hear what Charlie Brown hears. Wah, 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 wah. It's like, bro, like we've seen this movie before. The ending always sucks. And I be righteous, bro. I don't like it. I think we should hope for 5-7 at this point in the game, because like I said, I mean, Missouri ain't no pushover. Vandy ain't no pushover. It would be completely in Hugh Freeze's repertoire, if you will, to get thumped by Kentucky. So it's bad, bro. It's bad. And it's hard to really put any logic around it because it's not matching anything that any football fan has ever seen in your lifetime.
Yes, sir.
And literally in real time, James, Penn State's got a winning record, right? They don't have a losing record.
3-3.
Okay, well, see, I don't count that as winning, but most people look at 500. I mean, you get a bowl game for going 6-6. So let's be real, that's winning nowadays. They fired their coach. He's not even below 500. But then Hugh Freeze is sitting here, still got a job. Tom, the way it just hit me. The way his press conferences go, you would think that he's not the head coach. We got to do this. Mm-hmm. Well, bro, you the final say. You were the buck stops. So it's really hard to put any logic on this because it is so illogical. But just to summarize before I go, I don't like his face. I know he ain't got no green Stacey's with the gold buckle in the closet. And I don't like him, and he needs to go. Because in all seriousness, we are witnessing the program be destroyed from the inside out. It is falling apart in front of everybody. And the thing that works for and against Auburn is the fans are so loyal. We are so hopeful. And that's never going to change. Let's just be real. The Auburn fans, myself included, always going to love Auburn, always going to support the program, but I can't support the people running it. And nothing in the past, however, let's just be real, nothing in the past decade should make you feel anything is going to change, because we've been nothing but downhill ever since. You go back almost 15 years basically. But he's got to go. It should have happened. It should have already happened last year. New Mexico State, that would have been the breaking point for any other school. Yep. But if you let him get past New Mexico State, Texas A&M should have been, okay, bro, we've done all we can do. There's nothing else we can do. And I mean, we as in the, president, the athletic director. But at this point, you got to question them. Do they really care? Because this reminds me, I'll say this real quick and I'll go. I don't know how many of y'all are going to be old enough to remember this. But I forget the man's name, but back when Jimmy Johnson was the coach of Miami, Miami, the athletic director they brought in he despised sports and he didn't care anything about them. And it was a constant battle with him and Jimmy Johnson. Does it feel like maybe that they don't care about sports, but like we said, they're baseball guys. does it feel like they just really don't care about football? Because that's what it looks like. And Hugh Freeze looks like he doesn't care. I will give him credit. There was the 2 moments during the Georgia game where he did get kind of fired up, but even his level of fired up, it was still kind of like, man, that sucks. Y'all shouldn't have made that call, but okay. It just he has a defeatist look about him. Like, well, we're gonna try hard, and no, bro. He needs to get mean. He needs to get the dog in him, but you can't just put that in somebody. So he got to go, bro, or it's going to be worse and worse. And these recruits are going to quit coming. I guarantee you. After this year, if he's still there, they're not coming. Because I've made the comment before. The players that are only trying to get a paycheck, they're not going to be.
Yep.
They're not going to be your foundation of your team. The players that you want to bring in, you can't be mad at them. You cannot blame a kid for saying, bro, I'm trying to go to the NFL. Yeah. Why would I want to, you know what I'm talking about? Why would I want to come learn anything from you?
Yep.
So he got to go, gentlemen. But I'm going to go play with the babies. Y'all say Superfly, War, Damn, Eagle.
Shout out to Huggy, man. Appreciate Huggy, man, for coming in, man. All right. We got to go, man. We are we up against the time limit right here, man. Shout out to Edward. Shout out to Bubba for Bubba and the Old Man. Shout out to Ant. Fire Free, shout out to you so much, man. Y'all want to shout out where people can reach y'all at, if possible? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, then we're gonna leave it like that. That's what it is. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Make sure that you all go follow these YouTube channels, man, at It's SEC Season, at Tight Sports, Alabama Football Mega Cast, at Auburn_Addicts, at the Up Tempo podcast as well. I got Dustin over there. He's gonna be bringing you some really good content soon. Sharpshooter Sports Talk over there as well. Go to Broom Podcast. Make sure you go follow them at the Huggy Beer. You heard him in here this afternoon, man. Make sure you go this evening. Make sure you go follow him. Also, make sure you go subscribe over to JMHO Sports Talk, Just My Humble Opinion Sports Talk with Coach Sean on YouTube, and of course on the Block Sports with Coach Carl. Make sure you go subscribe to those channels as well, man. Giving you great content with those guys as well, man. We appreciate that, man. And we didn't talk about it because this has been the argument, but we go in the locker room every Auburn game, man. We go in the locker room, man, and we live stream every single game, every Auburn game, man. We'll be watching this week. Missouri at Auburn is what we'll be doing it, man. So we appreciate that so much, man. And then as soon as it's over with, head on over to the Tiger Vent, the official post-game reaction show over on Auburn at CV with the mayor, Marcus Fitzpatrick, DC Wolf, and of course, everybody's favorite Auburn fan, Auburn Tez, man. And of course, make sure you go follow the people and mess with the people that mess with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, Water Cooler Talk Sports. I got DJ from Hollywood Media, man. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media, and on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. Shout out to all y'all, man, for rocking with us, man. Tez, I know I did it. I did it again. You want to let everybody know before we get out of here?
Yeah, you can find me at It's SEC Season on all platforms. Got a ranking show. It's what we do on Tuesdays. So come tomorrow, man. Check us out. 6:30 Central Time. We're gonna be ranking these SEC teams. Should be really interesting this week. Really interesting this week. Before I go, I do want to point out something real quick that Connie said. She said that she's gonna continue to go to games to support the kids. I love that, Connie. And I was at the game, and one of the things that comes to mind off that I realized is that if you go to the football games, even if we lose, it's fun. It's a major difference between watching this game at home and going to the football games. Like, when I watch that game at home and we lose, it's depressing. When I went to that game and we lost that game, that was upset, of course, but I had a blast the entire time. The environment is crazy. What they do at Auburn, like, I see why people still show up, even though we playing nobody, even though we losing. Like, it is second to none when it comes to environments of football. So there's that.
Shout out to Tez, man. Make sure y'all tune into the ranking show tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an interesting show. We got a lot of one-loss teams now, so it's gonna be interesting to see what these guys rank. Marcus, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, my guy?
Man, y'all stay safe, man. Catch us Wednesday.
Yeah, man. We'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler. And as always, man, please make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 900 subscribers now because we just got over 800. So please subscribe to the channel, man. Trying to get to 900 subscribers, man. And we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us and continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler, man, as we talk about college football, SEC football, and of course, Auburn football, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. As always, before we get out of here, man, shout out to everybody that was in the chat with us tonight, man. We appreciate y'all so much. We'll be back Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, with it as well. All right, we're gonna be out of here, man. As always, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. And until Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, it is one love, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? We are out this mug. We holla at you, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.